Hello, Moroni Prime here again, in another video review. This is for the Red Ranger's Tyrannosaurus Dinozord from the 2009 series of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This series is in reference to the 1993 original line that started it all. This is the Tyrannosaurus. I have to set it farther back because of its height in order to be able to fit it in the camera frame for you to see. Really, there's not really too much to this figure, as with a lot of the other Dinozords. It's better when it's part of the set. Individually, there's not a lot of play value. The Tyrannosaurus Dinozord was piloted by Jason. Cannot remember his last name for the life of me. I'm sure some of you may comment and tell me the last name, or I could just look it up on Wikipedia. Either way, was played by Austin St. John. Many folks tend to consider Austin St. John the iconic ideal Power Ranger. A lot more may consider Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger, as that one character that stands out above the rest. The Tyrannosaurus Dinozord here, it's not too difficult to balance if you have the legs positioned correctly, and if you don't, you have the advantage of having a tail, so he's not as easy to knock off the shelf. Articulation, he's got a big head and little arms. The head, or rather the face, I should say, not the entire head, can move up like so and chomp, and then the jaw can also follow and go up. Also, there is the tail that can actually, in order to really have any articulation in the tail, you actually have to detach it from its butt and rotate on the hinge here. It goes up, but then you've got, well, that. So I would just kind of leave that still and not even really consider that part of the articulation. One thing that is different from the original is the addition of these little nubs on the kneecaps. We've discussed these briefly. They seem to be similar in design and shape to the Power Links ports from Transformers Energon that were found on like characters such as Bruticus Maximus, Constructicum Maximus, and Superior Maximus. I have yet to check to see if they're compatible. I'll not worry about that in these interviews. I'm sorry, wrong word. Reviews. If I do find out that they are compatible, I will do a video on those and their interconnectivity, but if not, I won't really waste my time or yours. They allow the legs of the Megazord to be able to rotate 180 degrees. I would say 360, but you'd have the feet in the way. To rotate backwards, sideways, whatever. This is a pivot. This is not a knee joint necessarily. The knee joint, as it were, would be a reverse knee joint, so I wouldn't really even bother with trying to use it as such. This does give the Megazord a little added height, as in the original, this joint here would actually go down into the Dinozord legs. The Triceratops and the Saber-Tooth Tiger would actually have these sections go down in, and this would be the base of the thigh. Now this is. So he's a little taller than his larger molded counterpart, scale-wise. I mean, of course, because this mold is smaller scale, it's still shorter than the original. But had the original had those joints, it would have been much taller. That's really all there is to this. I give it a 5 out of 10. Not really a lot of playability. I mean, you can throw it at something, you can smack a baseball with it, but really, it just kind of sits there. You can't do much posing with it without it falling over. I mean, it's got the whole tripod thing to support it, but even then, if you were to make him look like he's running, he'd fall over. So he's pretty much just stuck there. Overall, I'd say a really good figure, just not a lot of play value. it's better as part of the set, as we've already addressed. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to stick with a 5 out of 10. This has been Moroni Prime, wasting your time.